can see on the entire site. Yeah, we have an orange, a purple, a green, pink, blue, and yellow. So I'd added, I think, 3 additional colors that fit the bill. What's up, people? This is a website side by side, courtesy of Zach, the design lead at Conversion Factory. And today I'm going to talk to you about Reform. So Reform was they're one of our earlier clients. They started with us in, I think, January of 2024. So we've been in business for about 6 months. And this was the result of a parent company, Funnel Envy, purchasing this product, Reform, from Peter Zoom, who's he's a really cool dude and a very talented developer and product maker and shipper. Corey, my co-founder, had actually used this product in the past, and he really liked it as far as the simplicity. It's I think it's actually a quote that's right here. Yeah, so from Derek Reimer, who's also a client of ours, he said, Reform is what Typeform should have been. So super cool product that had a lot of traction, really successful product hunt launch. And Funnel Envy had acquired it as a really good tool for what they're good at, which is lead enrichment, getting really high conversions and quality sales from working on form analysis, form variants, and making sure that people have a good experience. But they wanted to accentuate the positioning and value proposition of Reform and make that more apparent on the website. And they also wanted to adjust the design. We didn't go through a full rebrand exercise with this one. Instead, it was me taking a look at what Reform currently had and then testing something out. So what I did was, this is me, kind of going full bore on one concept. I was taking a look at the Funnel Envy site. The rule was I couldn't be so detached from what they currently had. We had to make it feel like a transition, not a revolution. So I was taking a look at what they had. They had, I think this was Space Grotesk was their current typeface, but I think that's a little bit more cliched and overused. So where I started was typography, and I wanted something that looked more technical because this is a more technical product as far as its capabilities as forms go compared to something like Jotform or I think some of the competitors that they had listed. But I wanted to pick something more technical. So I had this typeface called Spock that was in my back pocket. I've been waiting for a use case for it. This is something I got with a typeface bundle. And it was perfect. It had a very technical look to it, but was still approachable, not overly in your face technical. And it could serve as both the headlines and the body copy. Then I started playing with colors, and I liked the combo that they had here with the purple, the pink, and the blue. But I wanted to add some others as well. So I thought, okay, well, let's just take a look at the other aspects of the color wheel. And I added in a purple, a green. I think I added some others in here as well. We have more colors over this way. You can see on the entire site. Yeah, we have an orange, a purple, a green, pink, blue, and yellow. So I'd added, I think, 3 additional colors that fit the bill. You can see here on the full side by side that the purple, pink, and blue work well, but they had to be used in very specific instances and with a lot of tact as far as the way that it was presented. So that was the base, starting with typography, then moving into color. And I thought, let's try this on black. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an easy transition if I needed to move things back to white, but black seemed to appeal more to that idea of a far more technical product and higher level sales influence, not just forms for run-of-the-mill people, but instead forms that were highly geared toward lead enrichment and getting better MQLs in through the door or SQLs into the door. One of the things that I thought was missing was it was difficult to work with these illustrations. There's a lot about the forms, and the forms, they are really cool. They look good, but with that opportunity of simplicity, I felt that there was a need to bring in some kind of graphic element that could tie everything together. And I came across 2 sets of icons on Icons 8. The first one was called Dotted, and it was this combination of really clean lines, but with a dot element inside of here. And I thought that's really neat. I could apply like this idea of a circle across the entire project, and it could be the unifying shape with everything. So looking for the dotted set of icons, and I think I had another one. Yeah, this one. It was called LED, and I thought that these worked really well together. I could use the LED icons for things that are a little bit more functional or smaller, and then the dotted icons would be used for things that were more illustrative and larger, to help better communicate ideas. For example, this conditional routing or multi-step form, you can see there's the line and the dots, but then I add another one in here, which is the LED icon with it's just plain dots, and they work really well because it's taking that same shape and applying it in a different context with a little bit of change. So there's not a whole lot of takeaways from this apart from finding like that small thing. If you can find that small little detail, in this case it was just a series of dots, and find a way to incorporate it in every aspect of the marketing that you're doing, so that even things like these slider buttons then become relevant and like they're part of the brand story and the brand identity. Do it. You do it. You find a lot of flexibility and scale when you have this one small concept that you just beat the hell out of and extrapolate into the furthest of its capabilities. I mean, there's a lot more that we could do with this in theory, but circles, good color palette, good typography, and then we were off to the races. Super cool project. All right, that's it for this one. Please stay tuned for the next one. See ya.